doing some maintenance?
I am doing maintenance.
Yeah?
Even though I have a low maintenance garden, it is not maintenance free. So
No such thing, right?
No such thing.
No such thing. Well, thank you for having me today.
I'm glad you could be here.
Great to be here. These have to be probably the most luxuriant gardens I've been in a long time. How do you do it?
Well,
You make it look easy.
Well, I try to make it look easy. I love
Yeah.
to teach gardening, and I want to encourage people, inspire people, and help them realize they can do it too.
Yeah.
And with some basic, simple, how-tos, I think anyone can garden well, and garden so that they enjoy it and they don't feel like it's a burden.
So, give me the keys to success. Does it start with the soil? That's what I always tell people.
It
Looks like
does.
You've got great soil.
We are really into very healthy soil, because I find that if you have really good soil and you take care of your soil, your plants will do well. They're going to winter over better. They're going to produce better blooms. So in order to get really rich soil like this bed probably is almost 15 years old.
Okay.
And people reach down and they'll feel my soil and
Right.
they'll say, well, how can that be 15-year-old soil? Every year we faithfully put down compost mulch on top of the soil about 3 inches thick that works down into the soil.
No wood chips.
No wood chips. Wood chips, in my humble opinion, steal nitrogen from the soil, and so therefore whatever I add on top of my soil to keep my weeds down, to conserve moisture, to make my beds look nice, I want it also, most importantly, enriching my soil, not robbing from my soil.
Okay. So you can't put too much compost on your perennials?
I know some people say you can. I've never, after doing this every year, 3 inches thick of mulch, some people think, well, why aren't we walking through gardens and we're looking up into the gardens? Because you're putting 3 inches of material on top of your beds every year. And as we know, gravity's pulling it down, and it just makes my soil so rich, and it makes it look good too.
Yeah. So, okay, we've got good soil. What else?
Proper light, matching the plants to the light conditions.
Okay.
So rather than trying to manipulate the light so that we can buy the plant that we want to buy, I tell people to do an honest assessment of their light conditions. Are they really full sun, or are they only part sun? Are they shade or part shade?
So how many hours is full sun in your definition?
My definition is 6 hours of direct sunlight starting from 10 in the morning until as late as 6 in the evening. 6 hours within that time frame is what I tell is
full sun.
Full sun.
Okay. Part sun?
4 to 5 hours in that same time frame. So
Okay.
between 10 and 6. For instance, this garden faces directly east. It gets sun until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, then it's fully in shade as the sun's in the west. So this is a part sun garden. And so most of the plants I put in here can tolerate less than full sun.
Okay. Next key.
I think picking plants and designing a garden that's going to match your lifestyle. Sometimes I find that people want to have these luxurious, wonderful gardens, but they like to travel a lot. They're not home to take care of the gardens. They really don't want to take care of the gardens. So unless they have someone who can do it for them, what may look good initially quickly falls into disarray after a number of years and no one really taking time to take care of the garden, even if it is low maintenance.
You've got daylilies in just about every bed.
Yes.
I see.
I use a lot of daylilies.
A lot of daylilies, a lot of astilbe.
I use daylilies, astilbes. What I'm trying to move more towards are the reblooming varieties of daylilies. A lot of mine are the reblooming, like Pardon Me, Little Business, the Stelladora, Happy Returns. But a number of these also are not the rebloomers, but they have such great color that I love them. And I use so many different varieties, early, mid, late blooming daylilies. Just like with astilbes, I have some astilbes that go into bloom in mid-June. There are others that don't even start blooming in my garden until the 1st of August. So I can get those waves of color by mixing the cultivars that I'm working with.
In more than 50 classes per year she teaches in her own gardens, Kerry stresses proper watering techniques and tells students to put their fears aside when it comes to perennials.
I tell people if they're watering every day, every other day, every third day, I'm going to come after them, because that's a waste of water, it's a waste of time. You want to build good, healthy roots by having those roots follow the water down, water longer, water less frequently. One of the classes I teach is on how to divide plants, and I actually make people take a shovel and divide a plant. And most people are so nervous, like, well, I can't divide plants. I said, yes, you can. This is my plant. If you kill it, it's my plant you're killing. I want you to move through this and divide an astilbe, divide a phlox, divide some of these different plants, get used to handling a knife or a spade, and then do it on your own plants.
And you really can't hurt most plants.
No, really you can't.
One question before I go. This plant right here is something I haven't seen before, and it's spectacular. What is it?
It is a sea holly, although I have to tell
Now
you.
this is sea holly. I recognize this.
Yep, but this is a variety of sea holly. You can see the leaves are very similar. This is just a larger leaf.
Okay.
And these obviously have bigger brackets, bigger flower
Sea
heads.
holly, no
but it
kidding.
is sea holly, extremely drought tolerant.
Wow.
Obviously has great visual interest.
Great plant. Yeah, there's so many different things. What a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.